We are now 5 wide. Presented by Quick Trip's quality gasoline guarantee. It's just another way Quick Trip has you covered.
Oh, the gang is all here once again. Coon, Butch, and Armin join the fray 5 wide. Good morning, lads.
And Zabe.
How we doing? And me. And I'm back.
Everybody's back.
Oh, what's up, fam? I miss you guys.
Hello, boys.
It's so good to be back.
Armin's back from Italy. I'm back from Scotland. Butch, you didn't go anywhere, but that's okay. You're going to go somewhere later this summer, I trust?
Yeah, I think we'll go somewhere. I mean, I've been places. It's just I've been all over the state of Wisconsin.
Yeah, he's been around.
I mean, you name it. Like I've been in. I don't know. I can't remember where I've been half the time this summer. You just get in the car and you go. I mean, hey. Amory, okay. Wisconsin. That was a great place. Love the river that ran. No, there wasn't a river that ran through there. Never mind. You know, I just love where I've been.
Coon, you going anywhere this summer?
I don't. No, probably not.
Okay.
I don't see a need to leave Wisconsin when we hibernate here for 6 months.
That's
why we would ever leave when it thaws out? And it's been the hottest, most fun, enjoyable summer so far. Now, all the farmers that I know, Matt Lutzy from Wazita Farms, they need some rain. So today's much appreciated up here on the northeast side of the state. Much needed rain, but boy, when it's a drought, it's a fun, hot summer.
Right.
That's the
How
thing
many farmers you know, Coon? One. I just said.
Okay,
I was going to say all the farmers I
the
know, and I go,
wagon.
how many farmers you know?
All them farmers.
So many people ask me about the winters here. That's funny you say that about traveling during the summer. Because so many people asked, how cold does it get there? You know, we tell them where you're from and everything. I said,
how cold do you want it?
It's cold, but obviously in the winter. But that's why it's unusual for me to want to travel in the summer. Like I'd rather stay in Wisconsin in the summer. It just so happened that that's when it had to happen this year.
Let me travel in the winter. Use my
Right.
vacation in the winter. Why would I ever use it now when Wisconsin is a peak? It's a prime state.
It's
right
the
now.
best time.
Wisconsin is in
It
its
is.
prime right now.
And that's just
Sure.
what it was so hot when we were there. And I was telling people how much comfortable it is at home. But the thing about it is it's so hard for us to, take some time off during the winter with all the stuff we're doing. But that's funny.
But
you
as
mentioned
you know, Armin and Butchie, you especially having played basketball throughout Europe, air conditioning is a rare thing.
Oh
yeah.
They don't do
So
it.
is
I'm
ice.
out.
So is ice.
I'm
So
out.
is ice.
They don't do either of it. And they look at you
I
weird
know.
when you say you want it. That's the other thing. Why would you want this?
I'll
would
be
you want?
comfortable, not feel like I'm
and-
dying. Yeah.
And water, no fizz. How about that? You got to make sure.
Still
you get that in
water? Still water or
Yeah,
gas
yeah.
water? Still water?
Uh-huh.
Still, I like
When-
gas water too, but
Early on in our trip, Coon, I was quite dissatisfied with the ice game on the tour bus we were traveling to and from golf courses to. I'm
Yeah.
like telling our driver, we got to stop for ice. And his response was, why? It's just going to melt. And I'm like,
he's got a good point.
so
That's a good rebuttal.
and that was his Scottish take on ice. So we finally did get a couple of bags of ice at the convenience store. And the bags are barely bigger than a sheet of paper.
Yeah, they're like Ziploc bags.
They don't sell
Ziploc
it.
bags.
And that lasts them a week.
Yeah.
Because nobody wants it. Nobody wants it there. They don't sell it.
Right.
It's not interesting.
All I
No
could
one's
think
interested.
about was how we roll in the States, us gringos, with giant coolers outside of stores, insulated, running on who knows how many BTUs of energy to keep that ice rock hard in 10-pound bag and 16-pound bags. We are ice nation in America.
It is interesting
Good for us.
to live.
Good for us.
It
It's
is
right.
interesting to see how other people live.
Plus
I mean,
AC.
Hell yeah. I'm
we
all
do.
about
We
it.
like our things, cold. We like our drinks cold and our air cold. If we can in the summer.
So,
Never
so
complain
Coon,
about
for
it.
the record, I looked and I looked and I looked and I could not find the black and white 3-wood cover you requested at Carnoustie.
Well, you tried, I guess. Okay.
I guess he said,
Wow.
I guess you tried.
Wow.
I believe you, Zabe. I believe you. But I also
There
believe
was-
Zabe's attempt was just a
Half-hearted?
quick pass through
No
the store,
way.
probably not asking.
No
any
way. He
attendant.
said he tried and tried and tried. That's 3 tries.
Three
That's
tries.
That's 3 looks. I
Three
look to the
loops
right.
around.
I look to the left. I look back to the right. Nope, I'm gone. No,
Now, was I
you had to hit
preoccupied
your
with the Peter Millar selection of stuff with Carnoustie logos on it? Maybe.
and you had to
That's
hit
what
your
Pete does.
and you had to get warmed up in the simulators there because you don't hit outside, so you had
Right.
that going too. I get it.
Yeah, you remember that. Carnoustie was at her most gentle for the back nine on Saturday when we left. Golden sunshine, beautiful, scoreable for once. It was lovely. It was nice. Normally, Carnoustie is Carnasty, but as our caddy said, you got Carnasty with her pants down today. I said, okay, it's a little graphic, but all right.
I just love the terms these people. You know,
Oh yeah.
I met a lot of Australians too, unbelievably, oddly enough, on this trip
In Italy,
because we were at a wedding that the groom side was all Australian, and they're just so different. You know,
Aussie.
they just
Oi, oi,
Oi.
oi.
they're all wearing their banana hammocks at the pool, and they're all just loving life
Oh, yeah.
every minute of it, dropping F-bombs during the wedding speeches. I'm like, man, this is a different vibe.
Did you get one to fit in?
Banana hammock?
Yeah.
Banana hammock?
No, I didn't. They weren't selling them there. They
Oh.
just came with it.
They just
again,
brought 'em.
Europeans were wearing
Would
them.
you have gotten one?
You
If
know,
they said, "Hey, we have an extra for you, mate,"
I'm not sure I would
Mike?
look good in one of those. I really don't know. I mean, if that's my vibe, to be honest with you.
okay.
Do you think I should
So-
wear that? I don't really think I should. Let's be honest.
so let me ask Butchie, the man who's probably logged more time, more miles, more hotel nights in Europe than all of us. Kuhn would probably be second. Butchie, what, when you go to Europe, strikes you first and foremost that's different about the States? The number one overall thing? Because I have something in my mind that I
simple.
want to see if it's as similar to yours. Go ahead.
It's simple. It's quieter. America, we're rude, we're loud, we're it's quieter. It is so much more.
Is it more
enjoyable.
polite?
Yes, without question.
Hmm.
It's quieter and it's more polite. And rules,
Even though they
actually
don't
go-
have air conditioning.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, not even
Interesting.
close.
Kuhn, what's the biggest thing about Europe versus us?
It's the smell. It's the smell 100%. The
Good
lack
smell,
of
bad
deodorant,
smell.
the lack of deodorant smell that you
Oh.
catch on the road or in the store or at the coffee shop or at the diner. Yeah, it's the body odor that you catch a waft of every now and then.
Armin, what, this was your first trip to Europe?
Yeah, it's really Armenia's not Europe. I went to Armenia, but it's not Europe.
Okay.
Um,
And what struck you about Europe, or at least Italy?
this is hard to describe, but it's just the way about life that they approach it. They don't need to worry about overdoing work, overdoing anything. They just enjoy themselves every day. They drink their coffee. They don't push themselves too hard. They're walking all the
Right.
time. They have 3-hour dinners. They enjoy each other much more than things that they have. They're not, people aren't out there looking for big houses or big cars that I've experienced. They just enjoy the lifestyle more. And I would say the other big one is paying to use a bathroom. I've never really experienced anything like that in my life. Paying to use a bathroom. They don't go to the bathroom over there in Italy. They must not. There's not that many public bathrooms.
You don't
The
think they
ones
go to the bathroom?
cost more. They don't. There's not a lot of bathrooms.
They hold it.
They don't drink a lot of. They don't overhydrate like we do. They
Pee
don't
in the
go-
streets.
They-
Come on,
they
let's
might.
be honest here.
It was a little dirtier than I thought. And there's a lot of graffiti in Italy. Graffiti. A lot of graffiti.
My biggest thing, and Josh, I assume you've not been to Europe. Is that
No,
correct?
I've been besides Mexico, I've been to the Netherlands, and the number one takeaway I had was,
That's
man,
Europe.
everyone here
That
is really skinny.
Skinny, right? That's our big thing.
That was the number one thing.
Okay.
I was like, like I'm fat, American fat, but like a normal person in America is like fat to Europe.
Sure. You bowled in the Netherlands.
Yes.
I forgot that.
Yep.
Okay. My big takeaway is always this, boys. Half of their stuff is really old. By stuff, I
Yeah.
mean their buildings,
Everything's
their
old.
houses, their infrastructure.
Right.
In America, we have so little stuff that's old. It's all new.
Well, we're newer
basically.
than they
Our
are.
history is
I
like
know we're newer.
not even close.
That's the point.
They've been around a lot longer.
that's the point.
That's the point.
But
They've
that
been making
strikes you as odd.
That's so weird.
No, I
That's
didn't
the
say it was
first-
odd.
It's the
I didn't
first
say
thing
it was
that
odd. I
catches
said
you off
that's
guard.
The first thing. This the first thing that I notice and I account for.
Zabe's
He
having
walks
an
in there, he
Armin
says,
moment.
Everything
"Oh, well,
is.
I knew this place was
Zabe's
old. I
having an
just
Armin
didn't.
moment.
I didn't
You're not
picture it being
listening
this
to me.
old.
I didn't say that.
I get it,
I didn't
Zabe.
say
I
that.
get what you're saying.
Thank you, Armin.
You know,
Armin feels me.
We had a drive.
Of
Most
course,
of
it was
of
odd.
course he does.
we had
yeah.
a driver
Never said
one
it was
day.
odd.
We had a driver one day that said it the best way. His name was Domenico. Okay, and he had a few jokes because he didn't know much English. It was the same jokes. One of the jokes, by the way, was at Leaning Tower Pizza was leaning today. It's probably gonna go down tomorrow, so you better go today. It's still up. It's like his
That's a
joke.
good joke.
That's a good one.
But it was actually pretty funny. But his point
Leaning
was
today.
his point was that someone asked him like, what century, what era is like, I don't know. It's old. Everything in Italy is old. Just think it's old. Okay. Like his thing was, it could be Rome old, where it's like, 2nd century, then there's Renaissance old. That's 1500. I'm like, this is 1500 years apart of like, we're just thinking of old as an abstract thing. But the Sistine Chapel in the Vatican and what like the Colosseum is like 1500 years. It's crazy to think about it.
Yeah, we have a
Oh, yeah.
McDonald's that's like 20
Right.
years old.
If there's a house, if you're looking at a house in the
what
market,
is old
and
in
it's
America?
pre-war, we freak
Well,
out.
we
Yeah, I
do
was gonna say,
dive
what
bars,
is
and if
old?
they're early 1900s, you're saying, man, that place is old.
We do. We get excited about that. It's like, wow, this is from 1880.
But in all honesty, on the East Coast, Abe, you'll admit it, some spots there in Virginia,
Right.
Philadelphia, Boston, you're looking at houses and places that were originally constructed in like the 1800s, some
Mhm.
places that were 1700s. And you're
I
like,
feel
wow,
like
okay.
Zabe Metrics, 10% of our stuff is old in America. 50% of their stuff in Europe is old, at least.
Okay.
I believe it.
Safe
I would
metrics.
think more than 50.
More than 50 even.
Like, for example, Kuhn, I was trying to cut through from the street side opposite 18 at St. Andrews to get to where the shops are facing the 18th green. And I thought I saw a cut through. So I go down this alleyway, and it's just this old, beautiful stonework steps and columns and, houses, apartments to let, as they say there, to rent, right? And people live there. And I'm walking through, and I got stymied because you couldn't get through. It was just a little apartments that were nooked into this. And I'm
Yeah.
looking around going, look at all this ancient stone that's hundreds of years old. What were they going to do? Knock it down and haul it away and then build new apartments with wood and plaster? No, they're going to retrofit their dwellings within the stuff that's old. It's awesome. But it's unique. It's not like what we got.
Yeah, they
All
got
our
a great.
crap is new.
A lot of their cities still have a great appreciation for their original look. Right. I mean, you walk down Paris, and there are just rows and rows and rows and rows and rows of homes that have the exact same white Parisian decor on them, and it's just outstanding. I mean, Americans would get lost in there because everything is so exactly the same
Right.
and upkept. Same with London, has some spots like that as well. But hey, they do have new stuff too, and it's just not exciting. And so you don't pay attention to it. To just stop on the
I
side of
know.
the road to try and get any Ice Abe and walk into one of their mini marts. Not like
Well,
a
we
quick
went to
trip.
an
Yeah, their
Not as
mini
good as
marts
a-
are
No, no, no.
10,000
We-
years old. They've been there
No,
forever.
they're trash. They're trash. They're donkey. We do gas stations way better than Europeans.
Yeah,
that's a
that's
one win
Take
for
that,
Americans.
Europe.
I will claim that.
They don't drive as much. They don't drive as much.
They don't try exactly.
Armin, stop defending
I
them.
know.
I'm just
Whose
saying.
side are you on? You went
They
there
don't
for a
drive,
week,
they
damn
don't
it.
Pee.
Listen. I
You
was
went
happy
there
to get
for
back.
a week.
I was happy to get back. You know that.
You're
I was-
already switching sides.
Look,
Armin.
no, there's a reason we are obsessed with the things we are in the U.S. and it's okay.
There's a
We
reason
like,
we're fat.
yeah, we like excess, but we like to win. But we're the original.
We are.
Our history. Is
And I
winning.
don't agree with Butch. I don't necessally think they're nicer.
What do you
I
don't
think
agree
Butch
with?
I think
Oh,
Butch, you fell
yeah.
into the spots where they are nice.
I agree with
I've been
you.
to plenty of places where you're
Hey,
being
Zabe, what,
weren't
was it-
so
what-
nice.
Did you have a
Snobby.
good time, Zabe? Did they treat you well, Zabe?
Epic time.
Of course,
Yeah,
they
epic
treated
time.
you
Armin,
good.
did they
You
treat
got-
you
everything.
well?
He was paying
Lots of
for all
money.
that. He was
Armin,
paying for
lots
everything.
of
You pay for it
money.
everywhere you go.
Opulence.
Again,
Yeah.
I ask, how were they at the
Armin,
gas station
how were they?
when you stopped for ice?
That's the thing, though.
They
We-
gave you a look like, oh, fat American.
Right.
You need
Fatso,
ice.
he
What
needs
is
nothing
ice?
from us.
I'll say this.
He
Gringo.
sweats from walking. Yeah, you need
He
ice.
shouldn't even buy gas. He should walk the rest of
Well,
the
we're
time.
on vacation. We don't live a normal life that they live there. So I don't know what it's like if I was living there. We're at vacation. So you're going to places they're going to treat you nice. But I don't have to rent a car and figure out how they rent a car and get gas. So, I mean, you make a point there, Butch. I don't know.
After-
but for me, they were nice to me,
After
Absolutely.
day
Man,
one,
trust
I
me, I've
asked,
lived there.
I,
I lived there almost
after
10
day
years.
one, Kuhn, I asked our bus driver, Johnny, if we could hit a Dick's Sporting Goods to buy a Yeti cooler.
And he's
And he
like-
looked at me like, what?
He's really
Because
into that.
I started scheming like, all right, how much would it cost to ship a Yeti cooler over for the next trip there and just have ice in it? Because ice in a Yeti would
It'll
last
stay.
all week.
All week.
It never ever melts. Basically, it's so insulated, but
Oh,
super heavy, super expensive.
did you also ask him if at the end of the week you could return it before you got on the airplane?
No,
You
That's
just did
what you
that.
should've
You just did that with your pullover that you had for
my
18 months.
pullover.
Who
Yeah.
returned the pullover
What's
after
your
wearing
rule?
it
What's
for
your
18
ruling on
holes?
that move? What's your ruling on that move?
That was not good.
Bush League?
Not good. Yeah,
But
absolutely.
he didn't return it. He exchanged it.
They exchanged it. Yeah.
So it was, hey, sorry, this was just the wrong size. It wasn't that. You know what? I don't want this anymore. Which for
No.
me
You don't
was a
think they're gonna
huge step up for him.
Right. It's an
It's a
Do you
big
think
exchange.
they're
step.
gonna,
Still bought
do
it.
you think somebody's going to give it a quick sniff test, run through the dry cleaner?
In
put the tag
Europe,
back
that
on it,
thing's
put it on the
still
shelf?
fresh as daisies, man. I'm
Exactly.
telling you, they'll put that thing on. They'll say, "Ooh, some American wore this, made it smell real good. I will wear this."
All right. Really quick, I'm going to show you a really quick text thread from my dad. My dad goes, better not use ice in Europe. I said, well, what if you want your drink cold? He said, what if you get dysentery? That's it.
That's
That's
the
where
whole
my
thing.
dad went. Well, I thought that was kind of
He
funny.
was worried about the dysentery. Huh?
He goes to that level. Now, that's just what it
Because
is.
of ice.
I don't know exactly. I don't think it's that much of a concern. They're just not going to have it. Just like they don't have regular coffee. You want espresso or not? You drink an espresso.
Yeah, and if you ask for a Diet Coke with ice, they'll give you a glass with 3 cubes in it
Yes.
instead of chalk to
It's
the
Coke
top.
Light. It's because it's Coke Light.
Coca-Cola Light.
No,
Yeah.
it was actual
Yeah,
Diet Coke.
They have
in
Coke Zero
Scotland.
too. Oh, in Scotland they
Oh,
have
they're
Diet Coke.
Americanizing
Yeah, they are.
Scotland
They're
now.
Americanized,
That's
yeah.
disappointing.
But they had the glass bottles, the glass sexy
I was
curvy
just gonna
bottles.
say everything came on glass
Full-
bottles. That man, it
full
make you
12
happy,
ounces.
huh?
Oh, I was so happy. Yeah, I was beyond happy.
Ciao,
But now I'm back
grazie.
here.
Grazie.
So
Do you want still water?
I'm happy, but I'm less happy. Does that make any sense?
Welcome back, Zay.
Not me. I'm happy to be back.
I-
That was
I'd
too
be-
long for me. I'm happy to be back.
I'd be happier if someone gets arrested in sports stat so we could talk about it tomorrow.
I was dying to talk about American sports. Let me tell you.
That.
You know,
I'm not
Antonio
gonna get
Brown's
in-
got another
He crazy.
lawsuit out
Yeah,
on
I read
got
that.
another-
He crazy.
Okay, so you are deep in the depths of sports.
I'm
What's
scraping.
going on
I'm
right
scraping.
now?
But Butchie, I am not going to get involved in caring where James Harden goes at $47 million a year. Don't
I'm
care.
not either.
Why?
Yeah, no,
Screw him.
not at all.
I'm just saying,
I'd
thank
rather talk
goodness.
about Europe more than James
No,
Harden.
thank
thank
goodness
you.
we're back talking about James Harden and not handball and stuff that they got over there. And
All right,
Well,
tomorrow,
handball's
Kuhn,
great.
tell me
Did
about
you
replaying
go to
golf. We'll save that for
Watch
tomorrow. I
out.
want to
Oh, yeah.
hear your replaying golf story. All right, Tag, you're at 9 to noon is next. Josh, great job as always. Thanks for listening. We will see you tomorrow, folks.
Girl,